right, we stream.
Hey. Hey, yeah, yeah. I ain't like that one. Somebody would say. Hey. Cause I've been trying to be practical. Let me take a sabbatical. Apparently what I'm saying too radical. And y'all can't stomach.
Like, the question is, are y'all afraid of the leadership? Now, of course, everybody, I ain't scared of nobody. Let's just get real. So and what prompted this, because I had to come back live. I went live earlier, but I got to come back live again and talk about it. I had a meeting where I was blessed to attend a meeting where the mayor, the chief of police was there, other police officials, and everybody was there. The whole community was invited to come to this meeting to speak to the mayor and these officials about their issues that they're having in their community. And I think maybe only 4 or 5 people from the community showed up. Everybody else were there in some official capacity. And so, but the point was made multiple times in the meeting that, oh yeah, they just scared. They're too scared to come to this meeting. And we know it's the truth. I myself went out and actually went across the street, talked to people that were on their porch and said, hey, y'all should come to the meeting. They want to hear from y'all, whatever y'all issues are, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, and they telling me their issues. Yeah, we need this and we need that. I was like, well, go tell them. And they didn't leave the porch. They never left the porch. And there's a mentality thing that we got to change. There's and I speak about it all the time, but the mentality of mediocrity, the idea of mediocrity and less than that is bred into the people here is sickening. It's problematic. It's been perpetuated by our media that does nothing but spew horrible news about Albany. I'm glad they actually didn't put that last mess on the news about the police killing the man. Of course, that makes the police force look bad, and they cool with the police because they got that relationship, and there's all that kind of mess. So calling this crap out, though, is the duty of all of us. We have to call this mess out, because if we don't, it'll continue. But people are afraid to call it out because they don't have financial independence. Just straight to the point. We cutting through all the crap. People are dependent on these jobs, and they have these relationships that they can't afford to lose and can't afford to disrupt for their livelihood's sake. And so it forces people into silence about issues that they need to be vocal about, that they should be more passionate and outspoken about, but they can't. That's a problem. You owe it to yourself to become financially independent enough to challenge the systems that are not serving you. You owe it to yourself to become financially independent enough to challenge the systems that are not serving you. Because if you don't take the time to develop other streams of revenue in your life, learn how to trade assets, learn how to put together a side hustle, learn AI, learn a new skill, learn something new so that you can free yourself from the cycle of poverty that is perpetuated by our poor leadership. Our poor leadership that refuses to act, refuses to make any change is the problem. But then our lack of accountability, our lack of holding them accountable is the bigger problem, because they'll only do what we allow. We owe it to ourselves to change the narrative. We have to take ownership of our communities. We take ownership of our communities by investing in our communities. Once we put that money into our community, once we clean it up ourselves and we do this work, we're taking ownership. And we have to hold our other community members accountable. We can't allow just any kind of nonsense to go on. Accountability is the key. And so taking ownership of your community means holding the leaders accountable. So if your commissioner in your ward, if the school board district member in your ward is not doing what they're supposed to be doing for your students, for your youth, for whoever, hold them accountable. We have elections that are going on right now. May 21st is election day, but early voting is happening today, tomorrow, and Friday down at the Candy Room, 125 Pine Avenue. Make sure you go and make a plan to early vote. Get out here and don't be afraid of these people. Don't be afraid of these people. Like, they And they walk around with that air, knowing that you're afraid. I'm so sorry. I'm neglecting the comments as a comment here. I'm so sorry. Good morning. That Sherelle says the utility board increased the utility fees again. Let me go find this video, man. Let me go find this. Hold on, hold on. And we know who's on the utility board. AlbanyGA.gov. In fact, here, let me share this screen so y'all can see how to find this as well. So once you go to the city's website, AlbanyGA.gov, what do? We want utility rates and fees. Well, no, I want to see the meetings. Let's go to the meetings. How do I watch online meetings? There we go. And so I need utility board meeting. Is this it? Is this it? Oh, Lord. Hold on. Just jump on in here.
As of yesterday, Mr. Gamble,
you know what?
On behalf,
I'm going to have to go look through this another time. And we're going to have to do a whole nother separate video about this. And TikTok, I'm going to have to figure out how to get the screen over here to TikTok so y'all can see what the heck is going on. But all right, guys, here we go. We got to hold these folks accountable. It's 35 minutes in. Thank you, Sherelle. They did. You know what? Hold on. Let me go 35 minutes in. Let's see. Talking about the budget, and let's go see what they're talking about.
They're the ones that we have to pay to pass those services along to others. So that, of course, makes up the largest percentage of our budget. And after that, as our operating expense, it's basically things that we just discussed this morning, engine repairs, other long-term maintenance contracts that we have throughout the organization. So that makes up 16% of our budget is $26.5 million.
Okay, all right.
And then we have indirect 11% of our budget, and then there's the capital investments throughout the year.
I'm gonna look at this too.
That's every year. At the end of the calendar year, what is the CPI for our region? Our ordinance is a gas.
It ain't 35 minutes in, Sherelle.
We actually scaled it back to 5% last. That means in dollars. I certainly concerned
maybe 30
the coming year.
they actually recognize the city employee, and so
I'm
with that, I think
I'm gonna find it. But
board, we want to just express.
Look, Doc, this one right here is this one's fault. Is this one's fault? Shout out to this dude here, though. This is the interim city manager who actually, I feel, actually has a heart for the folks, a heart for the people in the community. But this one right here, man, listen, when I tell you, he might care about somebody. I'm sure, in fact, that he does care about somebody. But it ain't the people of Albany. Oh, man. It sure ain't the people of Albany. So, anyway, look, I'm closing in on my 10 minutes. I didn't want to be here too damn long. But we need to replace fear, y'all. We can't be afraid of these people. Like, it baffles me. But there's a lot of us that are still fearful and will not approach our leadership and won't. They work for you, Dad. They work for you. We have to change that mentality, like, oh, that somehow they're higher than. They work for you. They're actually elected to serve the people. They're supposed to clean the streets. They're supposed to fix the sidewalk. They're supposed to fix the lights. They're supposed to do something for our young people. They're supposed to work for you. And if they're not doing these things, then we need to get new people in because they're not doing their job. So please, y'all, please, if you haven't early voted, go vote today. Go find you some time, take a lunch break and go vote. There's not lines. There aren't any lines. So because the early voting numbers are so sad. So sad. But it's the last 30 seconds on TikTok and my last 30 seconds here. Yeah, man. I needed to just come back with another word because we have to change the way we think. We have to change the way we approach our problems and their solutions. I believe in y'all. I believe in us. We can get it done. Fair East Side. I'm finna go. Like, share, and comment.